What's up, y'all? So, Season 1 just dropped for the First Descendant, and I am so excited. This is a re-record of me reading over the patch notes. I watched them on stream last night, read over everything, took like an hour, really deep dived, but there was a dev response today, the following day, and I want to go over kind of the high points of the patch notes and kind of condense this down. So it's not a 45-minute video talking about changes. So we've got Haley. They give information on her skills. I'm going to do a build guide soon. I've already bought her. I'm working on leveling her. We're good on that. I will try to link that after the video's up. We'll see if I remember. Anyway, so in order to get Haley, you've got to get each of these pieces, which right now this is 36 of each little material 4 times. So you need 36 of Haley's enhanced cell blueprint, stabilizer blueprint, spiral catalyst blueprint, etc. Now, as of right now, which is Friday, August the 30th, you get 3 materials per invasion dungeon, which you can run a total of 4 times a day. So you can get 12 materials, and you need 144 total, assuming you don't get any duplicates. So right now, without duplicates, for your guaranteed drops, it would take 12 days. You can farm them from infiltration operations, which you can see here. So if you really want to grind her, you can go that route. The devs responded over here, and they said that they are increasing the drop rate for Haley's research material to be about 2 times faster. So there was a lot of blowback day 1 on the actual time it would take to farm Haley, and it's understandable, honestly. This is the longest grind in the game right now for a base level Descendant. She's not even an ultimate. So them changing that is very nice. I'm here for it. I was not about to wait 12 days because, well, I wanted to make a build guide while people were still trying to figure out how to build her. So I went ahead and bought her, but they are going to make the grind for her a little bit more bearable. So if they're doubling your drops, assuming they're changing the invasion dungeon rewards, you'd be getting 24 per day, and then you've still got a chance from hard infiltration ops. So that is from the boss of the hard infiltration mission, and it is not guaranteed. It is a 1 drop. So you kill a boss and you get 1 piece of Haley's enhanced cell blueprint. So the buff to her material drop rate is going through tomorrow, Saturday, the 31st of August. So hopefully that is enough to make her grind a little bit more bearable. That's part 1. We got the invasion dungeons. All right. Which I'm going to post a, I guess, updated guide on how to clear the invasion dungeons. I recorded guides for them last night, but they are nerfing them next Thursday. So I will go ahead and post a guide now so that you've got a good idea of how to clear the dungeons as is. But they are dropping the difficulty of the puzzle mechanics and changing the mob spawns for the invasion dungeons. So for Order of Truth, this was the invasion dungeon where you had to shoot the legions on the pillars and then match up the symbols with the drones. They are simplifying the patterns. and they're making it so the tumors don't return after they have been shot. I don't think I didn't have an issue with this, so I don't know if it's a skill issue. I liked this puzzle. I thought it was fun. It was a nice challenge. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But they're nerfing that. They are changing the plate invasion mechanic to reduce the capture time. The tiles will be arranged so they're more distinguishable. They're going to have less of the wrong tiles around. The self-destructive monsters which steal the arcade tile will be deleted. So those were monsters that if you would capture the plate, they would go and destroy it, so you'd have to recapture it to open the door. Well, they're apparently getting rid of that, so it's just go capture the plates. Also, they are reducing the barrier HP for the bosses. Again, I didn't really have much issue with it, but I suppose it's okay. Now, they're also adding matchmaking to the invasion dungeons. Again, this will be on Thursday. Oh no, not Thursday. So they're changing the difficulty on Thursday, and the matchmaking will be later, it looks like. So they are going to make it available for multiplayer. I think just having it available for multiplayer would have been enough, and you don't need these nerfs to the actual puzzle mechanics. But it's fine. I like that they're adding multiplayer for the invasion dungeons because, well, I like gaming with other people. So, I mean, I enjoyed the invasion dungeons solo. I will admit, I liked the puzzle challenge. You know, it was a nice change of pace, but also I like having the option to play with other people if I want to. So, all of that being said, that's invasion dungeons. Inversion reinforcement. They are overhauling this system because, again, there was blowback. So these perks were not very good. For one, the bonuses weren't very impactful. For two, there was a negative to almost all of these that most of the time outweighed the positives. So they are getting rid of the negatives in all of these inversion reinforcement buffs, and they are increasing the level of the buffs themselves. So this is going to be much more impactful on Thursday, Thursday the 5th of September. That's when the update is planned for. So if you do want to go ahead and grind this out and just have access to everything whenever they are more impactful, I say go for it. So you get your level up points for your inversion reinforcement by doing your invasion dungeons, and also there are missions in the overworld to complete to get more iron heart particles. So you get 500 per run of an invasion dungeon, so you can get 2,000 of those total daily from your invasion dungeons. And then if you want to farm out any more, you do the open world challenges to get whatever else you can get for the day. As you can see here, we got hard difficulty field, collect iron heart particles. These are your missions to get more particles to level up your inversion reinforcement. Other things. We got new skill modules for Luna. We got Singer's Mercy. When using a skill, places a speaker and grants buffs to allies near the speaker. And we got Aggressive Melody, which changes her Passionate stage and Delightful stage to firearm damage and weak point damage. So instead of a skill buffer, she'll be a firearm buffer, which is pretty cool. After I get a good Luna build going, I will probably try to showcase these, but I don't have a Luna right now, so that'll be a little bit. But if you're interested in that, let me know. We got our new Battle Pass, which is still not amazing, I will say. But it's better. I would say it's a little bit better than the last Battle Pass. A little bit. I like Excava, which is the new Battle Pass weapon. It is an AR that as you shoot, you build up energy for a grenade shot. I'm working on a build video for that right now, so that will be uploaded soon. We got all that. We got more things in the Invasion Season Battle Supply Shop. These skins being part of the items on offer there. We got more shop items, which you can go see yourself. I do like the Gentlemanly skin. We got new paints. This is a big one. We finally got a proper matte black. An actual proper black paint. It looks really nice. So if you've been ignoring the paint system because, well, frankly, it sucks, maybe go check out the real matte black paint because that is pretty nice. Now for hotfixes, we've got a visual indicator for your encrypted vault scans with the Asive, which is awesome. This is the thing that I had complained about before. For anybody that is hearing impaired, you would have no idea how to find a vault. You would have to look up each exact spawn online on a map that somebody else made for you and just go hunt each individual one. There was no way of knowing without sound. Well, they fixed that now. So that's good. I appreciate that. They changed a lot of the slow capture related objectives in all of the hard infiltration ops with extermination and destruction, things like that. Stuff that is more defeat mobs than go stand in this circle for 30 seconds, which is nice. That's much appreciated. We get much more XP for completing hard infiltration ops now, and increase the XP for defeating monsters by 1.5 in both normal and hard ops. You can get rare materials as a reward for completing hard infiltration ops. One thing I do want to say in regards to that is a very welcome change. Take, for example, I believe it is Old Mystery. There was a heat farm battery in Old Mystery where you would go to this room, and instead of capturing the objectives, you would just go and kill the elites until time ran out and fail the mission. Well, we ran the mission with 250% modifiers in a group of 4 last night, and I got 56 heat plasma batteries in probably about the same amount of time as it would have taken to stand there in that room and farm elites. And on top of that, I got the amorphous materials, I got the extra XP for completing the mission, all of that. So that's an awesome change. We've got directions that appear when using a sieve during missions. I don't personally care about that, but it's not a bad change. It's a positive. The bosses with the annoying immunity mechanics, like Ederlick, that had the bubble with the little plates that circled around him that you would have to shoot. Yeah, they fixed that. So now they are weak points that you have to shoot to break their immunity, which I saw in action last night and plays a lot better than that old mechanic. So that's a big one. No more teleports on joining outpost missions. That's huge. That was so annoying when I was farming outposts, getting yoinked out if I would join after someone had finished hacking all the terminals. So that's a big one. We got extra gold for completing outposts by 3x. I haven't seen how impactful that is in game. There's a lot of ways to make a lot of gold very quickly right now. So I haven't tested that one out personally, but it's, I mean, any options to get more gold, I appreciate. The void fragments now, your void fragments are guaranteed to give you enough in one run to open one amorphous material at a fusion reactor. So if you need 45 monomer to open it, if you do your void fragment in the same area, you're getting 45 monomer and also a second void shard as well. So that's a big one. As you can see here, only one type of shard is required when using the reconstructed device. Reduce the time to interact with reconstructed devices. They also despawn now after 10 seconds after all participants have used them. So you're not just going to have a field of reconstruction devices that are just sitting there for 5 minutes. So that's a big one. They changed some of the spawns for void fragment missions for like Vespers, Moonlight Lake, Echo Swamp, Abandoned Zone, Fortress Frozen Valley. So they've tweaked that stuff a little bit. I haven't checked those firsthand, but the point of that was to stop macro farmers, I believe, and just generally improve ease of farming there. We got the changes to the crystallization catalyst situation. So now if you catalyze a slot, you can swap between your new symbol and anything else you've previously had. So let's say this spot right here started as a malachite. They catalyzed it to be an almandine, as you can see here. These two symbols show your options of what you can switch between. So you can go almandine or malachite freely on any of these tabs, and they're all independent. If it was not blank before, it won't be blank for free. So if this one started as a malachite, they catalyzed it to an almandine, you can't just go blank for free. You've got to catalyze it again to go blank, if for some reason you wanted to do that. I don't see using a catalyst to go blank on a slot, but I'm just letting you know that's how that works. As you can see here, you can freely select between anything that socket has been. So that's really good. You can now dismantle equipment during combat. That's huge. One step closer towards an auto dismantle system. I do want to go over the new loot filter, which we'll get to that in a second. They added dead zone settings to the game controller options. This is pointless right now because you can only make the dead zone bigger. You can't reduce the dead zone below 20, which is the default anyway. I don't want my controller to be less responsive. I want it to be more responsive. So hopefully they let us drop the dead zone below 20 at some point. That would be really nice. You can do multiple researches at a time. So now you can select how many enhancement materials you want to craft at a time. This is for your precision ion or your ion accelerators, your reactor enhance. What is it? Your reactor enhancement modules, your weapon re-rolling materials, and your weapon leveling materials. So your level transfer, your substat re-rolls, and your reactor enhancements. This does not apply to crystal catalysts or energy activators, unfortunately. But this is still nice. Yeah, your ion accelerator, your phase exchanger, and your adjustment control axis. They also reduce the research time for them so you can get more faster. That's nice. Now, made improvements to display only modules you have in duplicate when combining modules. That's cool, so you won't accidentally get rid of any modules that you only have one of. I appreciate that. Increase the number of symbols that can be displayed when designating them as attached items to 8. So now instead of just having a heart, you have a heart, club, spade, diamond, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Or no, A, B, C, and D. Excuse me. So you've got the 4 suits and then A, B, C, D as your options. So like, if you just wanted it favorited, you could favorite it. If you wanted to tag it as, oh, this is my farming set, you could tag like this, like all of these things, you could tag them with diamonds to say, oh, this is my farming set. So at a glance, you know, okay, boom, I put that on there just in case you don't have a preset or you just want to see what your farming set is at a glance. They simplified the item display information, and they also added shapes and colors to each of the reactors. Well, they're already colors. They added shapes. So this is singular, this is mechanics, this is dimension, and this is fusion, I believe. So now at a glance, if you see like this star shape one, you know, oh, that's a mechanics reactor. If you know you're farming a chill mechanics reactor, like for Viesa, for example, you know, okay, if it's not that shape, I don't need it. They changed reactor icons so that they now vary depending on the arcade type. So your HP ones will have a little heart, your defense ones will have the gold square, your shield ones will have the blue circle, things like that. Just stuff to make item identification at a glance a lot easier. You can now look, if you look over the bin icon, you can see what is taking up inventory space. So if there's like a huge blue bar, you can see, oh, I've got 48 external components. I need to start getting rid of some of those. We've got, let's see, increase the quantity of shape stabilizer you own. So I want to say that is affected by your mastery level. I believe at mastery 18 right now, I can have 90 of each. So basically you don't have to worry about shape stabilizer cap anymore. If that's the thing you worried about before. Let's see. What else was super noteworthy here to go over? We got the added attributes and arcade keywords by type to the Descendant and weapon module screens, making it easier to find modules on console platforms. So you hit the little key icon over by the search area, and you got these keywords that you can pull up and go, okay, I want weak point. And then it finds everything that's got weak point on it. So that's very handy. If you haven't been using that and you're on console, take a look at that little key button next to the search window next time you are going through. Jaber, Blair, and Ajax all got buffs. Now, I haven't played Ajax. I haven't really played any Jaber. I have played Blair. All of these Blair changes are nice. They're going to make him feel much better. You're going to be able to rotate through his abilities more frequently. And everything's just going to be doing more damage. So, new Blair is nice. I don't have anything more to add to that. With the Ajax, I'm gonna just leave this up here. You can pause it and read it if you'd like. I'm also gonna leave a link to all these news posts down in the description if you want to look over them themselves. I don't have any opinions on the Ajax thing because I haven't touched Ajax yet, so I would literally just be reading and be like, oh, maybe that's good, maybe that's not good. I don't know. They fixed Jaber, so his turret is not completely crap now. So before, skill power modifier, factional damage, and incoming damage modifier were not being taken into account with his turret. So that's been fixed. Turret sync has been fixed to apply to summon turrets, and when equipping skill module turret engineering, instead of improving summon turrets to create a turret zone, increased cooldown of turret engineering. I don't quite know what that means because I haven't seen what turret engineering does, so I can't weigh in on that. But fixing the issue with the mods not working with his turret is fantastic. Let's see. Improved level balance for Descendant spawn sounds. Changes 4-piece set of ultimate external component bravery to increase skill duration without any conditions. That's nice. Increased incoming damage modifier for pain reliever, sensory depth, HP, and MP, and psychological victory modules. So they want you to consider incoming damage modifier as a new, not really a new, but consider it for your build for survival's sake. They've also done this with the inversion reinforcement. There's some perks that reduce your damage modifier by 15% for certain factions. So people are sleeping on incoming damage modifiers, what the devs are saying, and they want them to consider it over just stacking more HP or defense. We got more optimization. Performance improvements when fighting many enemies. We got performance improvements when using ray tracing. And we got optimized shader preparation on PC. So we have some bug fixes here, which I will let you look over at a glance. I didn't see anything majorly impactful in the bug fixes here, but like I said, I will leave a link down in the description so that you can look over any of that. Today, which is the day after release, as I said, so we got the dev response about the invasion dungeons and the inversion reinforcement and the Haley farming process. Like I said, they are nerfing the puzzles in the invasion dungeons. They are adding multiplayer soon. They're not adding that on Thursday. They are nerfing the puzzles and making the inversion reinforcement better on Thursday. As far as I can tell here, they are not adding multiplayer on Thursday. But that is coming soon. And they are buffing Haley's drop rate. Oh, that says invasion and infiltration operations. Okay. Infiltration ops is good to know. Okay, so they're actually probably going to significantly increase her farming rate then. They say about 2 times, but if they are increasing the infiltration op drop rates... Alright, her farm could be a lot more reasonable soon. Like I said, they are implementing that this Saturday, which it's Friday right now, so it's tomorrow, the 31st. They also said they're considering setting up focus group testing to get basically a PTR for First Descendant, just so they can test patches ahead of time and see, okay, are players gonna like this? Is there gonna be backlash? So that is important. with all that being said, this is all the patch notes. This has also been my first video on my new channel. This is going to be the new home of all loot and grind heavy games. I have another channel that's more dedicated to playthroughs and reviews, but this is going to be my guides and whatnot channel. Right now I'm going to be focused on the First Descendant because it's all I've been playing for the last 2 months now. So yeah, if you'd like to see more, I have got a Haley build guide coming, I've got an Excava build guide coming, and I've got some more stuff in the works soon. So if that sounds good to you, and you think I've earned a sub, I would greatly appreciate it. Until next time, bye-bye.